Good evening, everyone. My name is Bree Dimas, and I am the salutatorian for the master's program here at Eagle Gate. And I actually share the honor of being valedictorian with two other students, and we share this honor in a three-way tie. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention Taylor and Hannah. Taylor and Hannah are phenomenal people, and they will no doubt make phenomenal nurses, but we represent, the three of us, a cohort of students that worked their tails off, right? We all worked hard. We all pushed each other, and we didn't let each other give up, even though we wanted to, many, many times. And I stand here today not just proud of myself, but so proud of all of the graduates, and I'm inspired by our dedication, our resilience, and today I just want to reflect on a couple of lessons that weren't necessarily according to ATI, they weren't necessarily in the textbook. First, just reflecting on the beginning of this whole program, I had an attitude of, like, I'm gonna do this on my own. I was determined, I was motivated, I was ready to prove myself, but I learned one of the most important lessons almost immediately. It's that teamwork makes us stronger, right? Nursing is not a solo sport, and I learned as I leaned on other people and I let them lean on me, we all did better, right? Every study guide that we made together, we did better on. Every sim lab, every late night study session, if we did it together, we became better for it. Another lesson I learned was just how to adapt. And one of the examples for that just came in the form of nursing plans, which I'm sure we all know. We call them IPPs. And for those of you who don't know, these IPPs were reports that we had to do after clinicals they were like 15 to 20 pages long, just like absolutely ridiculous. So I remember spending 8 to 10 hours on one, just pouring everything I had into it, being super confident, only to have Professor Fanzo, is she needed it, have her take a look at it and immediately just be like, oh no. So humbled by that experience. And you have two choices at that point, right? You can be mad about it, which, fair. Or you can adapt. You can take the feedback and you can improve. And you bet that after several more reports that semester, I got really good at care plans, and I'm sure the rest of us did too. So I want to thank Professor Fanzo for keeping us humble and teaching us that lesson. Another lesson that I learned was a lesson of perseverance, and if any of you, or those that had the fortune of learning under Professor Brandt, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Nursing school is not for the faint of heart. The third semester of the master's program has a reputation, just notorious for being like really brutal. Like if you hadn't crashed out yet, you were gonna crash out in that semester. But just like the care plans, I knew that other students had come before us, and I just had to figure out how to be one of those students that succeeded like they did. And so that's what we did. We kept going, we kept pushing, test after test, care plan after care plan, discussion post after discussion post that I'm sure will haunt us forever. And we didn't give up, and that's what that's about. We persevered. The last lesson that I want to talk about is, maybe the most important, is a lesson of sacrifice. And hard things take sacrifice, right? Nursing school certainly took sacrifice. And not just to the graduates here who sacrificed your time, your money, your emotional well-being for nursing school, but I also want to just recognize everyone in this room loves one of these graduates. And you also sacrificed a lot for us. I'm not standing here today, or I should say, I am standing here today because of so many people who carried me through this journey. Whether it was a comforting talk, a shoulder to cry on, like Dean Downey said, a sounding board to scream at, a distraction when I needed it, a meal, someone to babysit my kids for clinical or to just study. Thank you to any of you who helped us. I am gonna shout out some people, my parents, my siblings, thank you so much for supporting me. And my husband, Carson, and my two boys, Becca and Hudson, who are my biggest cheerleaders throughout this entire process. Thank you for your sacrifice so that Mom could do this. We did it together, right? So, these are lessons that aren't necessarily in our textbooks, right? But they're found in the struggle, in our mistakes, and in our triumphs. And they're lessons that we're going to carry in our careers as nurses. So as we walk across this stage today, let us not forget that nursing is not just a degree, it's not just a job, it's a calling. And we are better prepared for that calling because of the textbooks, because of these professors, but also because of the strength and the heart that we built along the way. Amen. Class of 2025, we did it.
What do you think, Bob? I didn't know she was.
So it sounds like it was
I just had a feeling. She knew she's had a surprise.
All right, next I would like to introduce our faculty speakers. So first for the BSN and MEPIC programs, Richard Brandt.